So that transition, although it was really intense and full on, I could handle it, you know. And then I went into the final phase, but she was back to back for most of the labour.
Right, yeah. It's incredible how they can still turn even at the last minute. It's
yeah, just, and I mean, actually, so anyway, so yeah, it was all. They said, "Do you want gas and air?" And I was thinking, I've come this far without pain relief. Like, I'm just going to crack on. She was born at 5:20, and I'd started active labour at like 9 a.m. So it was really quick, like 7 hours, you know, and it felt like 10 minutes, the whole thing. But yeah, I just felt unbelievable afterwards. Really weird how.
But we did say about time warp. You time warped it.
Yeah, and I didn't. Not that I didn't believe you, but I couldn't imagine that. When I was doing the prep, I was thinking, how can something that's not fun go quickly? But it really did. Like, when she first said to me, "Oh, I'll come back in 3 hours," I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, 3 hours? That's the length of the film Titanic." So just such a random thought that I had. And it went by so fast. Like, in that time is when I went into transition. I just felt like that my body is amazing after that. You know, as a woman, you spend all this time, don't you, going, I wish this, you know, I wish I was skinnier, I wish I was this. But actually, I just thought, like, that I did that. And I was so, before I started the course, I was really scared. Like, you know, I remember sitting in my boss's office, you know, and I was like, I don't know how you did it. Like, I'm really scared of doing it once. And I just remember, like, I built it up into this awful thing, survived them, and I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I did it, and I feel awesome for it. And actually, Tom, I think he found it a really powerful experience. He was amazing on the day, like absolute rock, like the best birth partner I could have wished for. I'm a massive fan, and I'll definitely be doing it again for my next one. I would say that the program was really well suited to me because I was able to kind of do it at my own pace. It was clearly structured and it was logical, and you could do little chunks of it one after the other, or not at all. You know, you could just do one bit and then catch up later. I was so nervous before, when I first got pregnant. Like, I hadn't even heard of hypnobirthing, and I built labour up to be this terrifying thing. Like you said, because obviously I've seen Bridget Jones, Knocked Up, Friends, where they have these horrific labours. My mum's birth stories, none of them are great, and I thought, oh my god, that has to be me. Like, that's the only choice you have. But then when I don't know how I found out about hypnobirthing originally, but it was like I had a new life. Like, as in, it was like I'd suddenly, like you describe it as superpowers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, is this a real thing? Like, that labour doesn't have to be this atrocious business. It would have been a completely different story if I hadn't have done the course. No doubt. I mean, I don't even want to think about what it would have been like. Yeah, I found it really useful to see the other girls and ask, or you know, even watching their ones that I hadn't been involved in, their questions and stuff. I found it, I did feel a bit nervous at first, but I think you made a really good point. Like, you have to just be brave, because when you come to actually being in labour, you know, you will need to kind of not worry about people around you. And it's so true. I literally just stripped off, I said earlier, just completely naked. Like, I didn't even care. It was really good. I mean, at the time I felt like a bit of an idiot, but when I then was in labour, like at home in those early stages, like my pre-labour, I was doing it all. I was doing the hip jiggling. I was leaning on the sofa, doing the stepping with my feet. I think if I hadn't have done any of or watched any of the sessions, I wouldn't have known what to do. If you'd have just said, "Oh, you need to jiggle your feet," I wouldn't know what that means. So it was really good to have actually practiced it. I didn't practice it a lot, really. I just did it with you, and then. But when I was in labour, then it was I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll give that a go," and it really helped. And I reckon maybe that's why my labour progressed quickly, because I was doing loads of the stuff that you showed to open up my hips and things. he wanted to do it like out of like commitment to me initially, but I think actually he really benefited from it because he had no idea before, obviously, like I didn't either. But on the day, he was amazing, and he said a lot of the things, you know, like the positive language and being my advocate. You know, he did all that, which is really important.